spend the day with me in Seward, Alaska. We took a weekend trip from Anchorage to Seward to do a quick little 48 hours here, so we were really packing in all of the activities. Today we booked a tour for the Kenai Fjords National Park. We were so excited for this tour today. It was a 6-hour-long boat tour where we got to see so much. We were lucky enough to see humpback whales and orca whales, and we drove up to some glaciers. It was such a great tour, you'll see. You can tell it's kind of a crappy day. It was rainy and foggy all day, and the waves were not cooperating. People were literally getting seasick left and right, but the captain stopped and he was like, we have a pod of orca whales, so everybody ran outside. This was the first time I've ever seen an orca whale, and it was so magical just looking at them and watching them swim together. One of them jumped out of the water, and there were like 5 of them. Once they disappeared, we started heading towards the glacier, and we could see so much glacier ice in the water, which was just crazy. The glacier is so blue in person. It was really cool to see, and they even picked out a huge chunk of glacial ice for us to actually see. We were the only boat in the bay also, which was really cool. It felt very private out there, and we even saw a bunch of sea lions. They're Arctic sea lions hanging out on the ice. We even got to see some of the ice falling off of the glacier just a couple of times. And on our way out, we got to see humpback whales. We watched this one before he dove down. We got to see a couple of different puffins in the water, and we saw one more whale before heading over to see the sea lions. Then we were treated with the coolest thing I've ever seen. We got to see the humpback whales doing this thing called cooperative feeding, where they go down, circle up all the fish, and then they all come out of the water at once. And there were like 10 whales coming out of the water. When the whales actually dive back down and go to restart the whole process, you can tell where they're going to come up by watching the birds, because where the birds start swarming is where all the fish are, and then where all the whales are going to come out of the water. It was just such a crazy experience seeing 10 whales coming out of the water at once, because normally they're very individualistic, but definitely highlight of the tour. Anyways, we grabbed lunch, walked around Seward for a little bit before having to go catch our train back to Anchorage for the night. We had the best little 48-hour weekend here, and I would highly recommend stopping here if you are going to Alaska this summer. I feel like a lot of people go to Seward just to get on cruise ships and not spend any time there, but you should definitely spend some time there. It's amazing.